Young people can't buy homes, and it's becoming harder and harder every day. It's one of the biggest problems we face as a country. They tell you that over and over, but they never explain why. The media is not interested in educating you. They're interested in you being mad about it. And developers and banks, they profit off you not knowing. A home that would cost you $24,000 in the beginning of 1970s, at the end of 2020 would have cost you $340,000. Now, part of that's just simple inflation. It happens over time. And natural inflation would raise the price of that home to $177,000. But that delta between $177,000 and $340,000, something else is up. And the biggest component of that is you're not buying the same house. See, all those numbers are based upon the average home. An average home in the 1950s had 983 square feet. By the 1970s, it was up to 1,500 square feet, but today it's over 2,600 square feet. All this while the number of people living in those homes is dropping dramatically. In 1950s, everybody had 290 square feet to themselves. Today, every person in the average home has 1,000 square feet. That's bigger than a home that an entire family lived in the 1950s. And that's only part of the problem, because that's livable space. The biggest growth has happened in non-livable space. In the 1950s, the 1970s, most people had carports. Today, they have 2, 3, and even 4-car garages. Those garages are bigger than the houses people were buying in the 1970s. It's not only driving up the price of the home, but all of your other expenses as well. You pay more in property tax, you pay more in utilities, you pay more in interest on your loan, in maintenance, in furniture, in cleaning. Everything is more expensive because the homes are bigger. United States food portions are known the world over for their excessiveness, and larger portions mean larger people. Larger homes mean larger costs. Larger costs means young people aren't able to afford homes. One of the biggest financial mistakes you will make in your life is to buy the home that you're told you can afford. You can't. Buy a home that costs half of what they tell you you can afford. Figuring that out is one of the reasons why I'm able to now live on a small Caribbean island. After my divorce, I was getting ready to buy a home, and I looked at all the big expensive homes that people like me were buying, and a light bulb went off. And instead, I bought a small 850 square foot loft, and I lived in that instead at dramatically reduced cost. Because I wasn't house poor, I could then take that money and put it into my savings account. So when I came down to the small Caribbean island, I got drunk in a bar and I decided to buy property and build a house, I had the money available. So when you're sitting there thinking, I want a big home and I want more space and I want to look successful like other people, what dreams is that larger payment taking away from you? What are you giving up? Is all that financial strife and all that anxiety and all that feeling like you just can't get caught up, is that worth it?